face on all day long. And according to his wife, Vanity, after the Game 2 loss when they flew back home, he immediately put a tape of the game in the machine that she recorded. He listened to the entire game with the sound. Was not happy with his playing, nor with the comments that said he wasn't playing well. And his next-door neighbor, Nye Whitaker, also took notes. Anything to fire him up. He said that he was ready to go out tonight, and he was not going to stare down the person, but stare down anybody that he saw because he was in a terrible mood. He refused to talk to him all afternoon. He had his skate face on. So don't take it personally, guys. He hates everybody.
Hard-hitting reporter Craig Sager tracking down the story.
Scott was creating a story tomorrow. Just tell him that everybody was killing him the next day.
All back to San Antonio. A 63-46 lead for the Thunder early third quarter. On Albert, Steve Kerr, Reggie Miller, Craig Sager from Oklahoma City. It is Game 3 of the Western Conference Final. Game 4 here on Saturday night. We'll have it on TNT. Series of fakes by Duncan. Nice move.
Duncan just 5 for 14 tonight. And that was the first real low post move we've seen that him make successfully. Number 2 for 11 the other night too. So this has not been an easy series for him offensively.
This work being guarded by Green. Cephalosha turns back. There's Parker on the run. Dancing, passing off a shot. Green on the other side. Parker. Intended pass for Carter. And broken off as a Westbrook. Got to it. And the foul was called. Is that a clear pass?
Greg Popovich is upset with Steven Jackson for not looking for his shot, which was wide open. That's why he's on the floor now for defensive play.
They call it a clear pass, but they will go to the videotape and check it out.
It looked like Bonner was in front of him, though, as he grabbed him. But this was Pop's reaction when Jackson did not shoot that ball from the corner in transition.
Play has to originate in the backcourt, which it did. It was possession, foul from the side or the back. There's another look at it.
Well, watch Bonner. He's actually in front of Westbrook, but Westbrook sort of passes him as he grabs him. Green on the other side, not quite back. So,
well, what's interesting, are they calling the foul on Steven Jackson or Bonner? Because if it's Steven Jackson, then Bonner is ahead of the ball, so it should be clear path.
If it is clear path, 2 free throws and possession. Foul was called on Jackson.
Well, if the foul's called on Jackson, then they may give him a clear path. But I don't know, if Jackson fouls him, where is Bonner? Is Bonner in front of Westbrook or to the side? And I think that's what the officials are going to take a look at.
Yeah, because I think if the foul was on Steven Jackson, it shouldn't be a clear path. I felt if the foul is on Bonner, then it would be a clear path.
And they just go over the announcement that it was overturned, and no argument here from the Thunder. Just under 6.5 remaining in the third quarter. Cephalosha for 3. Perkins missed the rebound. Rebounded by Jackson for the Spurs. Good ball movement. Here's Green for 3. And a foul is called. Duncan coming over the top.
Well, in games 1 and 2, those were wide open shots with Danny Green and Gary Neal and Ginobili were knocking down. Tonight, they're not finding those shots to be readily available.
Third foul committed by Tim Duncan. Second team foul on the Spurs. Cephalosha for 3.
Now, this is going to be a three-point shooting contest between all the reserves on this team because both clubs just clogging the paint. And so there will be open looks as this game goes along.
Jackson trying to spin. And it deflects out of bounds. So the ball back to the Thunder.
Well, I think the rest of this series, neither point guard, Tony Parker, Russell Westbrook, will probably be guarding one another. You got Danny Green harassing Russell Westbrook at one end, and Cephalosha on Parker.
It's smart. They both need the rest. It's too much work to guard each other, and both clubs count on them so much offensively.
Kevin Durant, 22 for Durant. He's an 8 of 16 from the field. Duncan trying to squeeze his way inside. Potter is it right back. And Durant comes down with it.
Tell you what, these are a lot of field goal attempts for Tim Duncan. 5 of 15 in 25 minutes.
But very few clean looks. That was one of them, but he's really been bothered by the interior defense of Perkins and Ibaka on the weak side.
Here's the lob. Cephalosha. Cephalosha able to get to it. Boy, he's been a major factor. Not hitting the three-point shot, but he does so many other things at the defensive end. And off the boards with that reach. Ibaka, yes. And the foul.
Looked like Steven Jackson pushed Cephalosha underneath the boards, and Cephalosha will get a free throw.
There's a shot by Ibaka, and look at the tussle underneath. That left arm of Steven Jackson just throwing Cephalosha to the ground here.
Cephalosha, an excellent free throw shooter, does not get to the line frequently, but during the season, 88%. James Harden has just checked in. Cephalosha with the one free throw. Tomo, originally a first-round pick of the Philadelphia 76ers, traded to the Bulls, played 2.5 years with Chicago. He's out of Switzerland. He's played professionally in France and Italy. 9 points for Cephalosha, 11-2 run from Oklahoma City, and they have their biggest lead of the game. Coming up on 4 to go here in the third. Walker gives it up to Bonner. Shot clock to 3. Jackson stripped from behind by Cephalosha. Westbrook picks it out. Hard for Durant for 3.
Well, I'll tell you what, defensively, who hasn't Cephalosha guarded?
Yeah.
From Ginobili to Tony Parker to Bonner to Steven Jackson, he is getting it done defensively out here on the floor.
He's setting the tone, and then everybody else is jumping in because there's a lot of switching going on. We're seeing another team that's not allowing San Antonio to get in any kind of rhythm. They're just creating chaos out here.
Rick Popovich going deeper into his bench, brings on James Anderson once again. Walker stopped by Westbrook. 3 on the shot clock. Walker for 3, taking that behind-the-back pass once again from Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, we saw that near the end of game 2, and the crowd just erupted. But how about the crowd here, Reggie? This is about as loud as it gets in the NBA.
Anderson just got picked off, leading to this. Ibaka is fouled and shaken up. So Rick Popovich going with the second-year man out of Oklahoma State, James Anderson, defending on Westbrook.
We're talking about the defensive effort of Cephalosha, and look at the effort here by Russell Westbrook. And if you go back, which we won't see, his effort on Manu Ginobili of overplaying, not allowing Manu to touch the basketball, has really disrupted the Spurs offense.
Ibaka to the free throw line. That was the 4th team foul called on the Spurs. You can watch the WNBA all season long at WNBA.com/live access. Watch WNBA games live or on demand on your computer, mobile device. WNBA.com/live live access. Ibaka looking for his 8th point.
So Parker goes to the bench. Gary Neal and James Anderson on the floor. Yet another lineup that we haven't seen before from Greg Popovich. He's not afraid to do this, particularly when his team is struggling. He's trying to search something out. Hope that he can find something good here.
There's Jackson for 3. And Harden comes across. Using the pick. Fisher, pass number 3. Here's Fisher for 3. The Thunder by 22. They were down by 22 in San Antonio in game 2. Nice pass, Jackson.
Totally different offense, though, for Oklahoma City, making the extra pass. Remember, this team was 30th in the NBA in assists, so it doesn't come naturally for them. They like to beat you off the dribble. But after games 1 and 2, it looks like they finally figured out that they're not going to beat San Antonio off the dribble. They've got to make that extra pass, and they're doing it tonight.